Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another best class setup in Cold War video. Today we are of course taking a look at something that is not super well known, mostly because it's a fairly hard thing to unlock in this game. The Akimbo or Dual Wield Magnums in this game are actually like hilariously great. Like a lot of people just don't realize just how strong they are, and somebody was absolutely dunking on me like just the other day I was playing a game and I was just getting absolutely dominated by this Akimbo Magnum Class Setup. This dude was just getting so lucky, or at least what I thought was lucky. Whenever I try this, if I'm not hitting my shots, like it just feels so bad. But with this particular class setup that we've got going on right now, when you are hitting those shots, it feels absolutely ridiculous. You want to be firing the pistols at exactly the same time, of course, so you deal the maximum amount of damage as fast as possible, and if you do land both shots, you will get a kill, which is pretty ridiculous with these weapons. Just before we do get into our best Dual Wield Magnum class setup in Cold War, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on, just in case you don't want to miss out on any of the upcoming content. We are very close to 4,000 subscribers now, so it would mean a lot if you could help me get there. Let's just jump straight into the class setup here. So normally we would just jump straight into the primary or the secondary or whatever, but the timestamps of course will be on the video's loading bar and of course in the description. We're actually going to be starting with the tactical here today because we're not actually going to care about the primary at all. This is just something that we're leveling up and not interested in at the moment. So stim shot in the tactical slot, of course, being able to get that extra chance per life is super important, but also for those close quarters engagements, like a smoke grenade might be necessary to help you move around the map and block off those longer lines of sight. In the lethal slot, we're going for the C4 at the moment because being able to chuck it over a wall or around a corner and just blow it up is super nice here. Easy way to get kills. And then of course the field upgrade that we're going for at the moment is the jammer. If you didn't know, it's currently bugged, or whether it may be a bug, I'm not really sure. It does actually affect the harp kill streak, which is basically the advanced UAV, by when anybody in your team does actually walk into the proximity of your jammer. Basically they're unavailable on the harp, which is really strange. I'm not sure whether that's a bug or not, but the jammer is really good at the moment. In terms of our wildcard, of course, we're always going for perk greed because this is a pistol class setup. We can't have 8 attachments on it. So of course, perk greed, getting those extra perks is really nice here. And in the perk slot, we are going for flak jacket. Of course, being able to not die to those explosives is super important. And then of course, forward intel, being able to see where the enemies are spawning. If you don't think you need forward intel, you have a pretty good idea of where enemies are spawning most of the time. You can take like tac mask as well. In the perk 2 slot, we're going for gearhead, basically because we want more jammers, and of course scavenger to get more ammo for our pistols. And then if you know what's going on in the perk 3 slot, ghost and ninja to be able to move around the map quietly and quickly without being seen or spotted or heard on the UAVs. So our pistols here, of course, are very interesting. This isn't the actual class setup that I would go with personally, or one that I've featured previously, but it's just strange. Like, this dude was absolutely shredding every single person who came across him, and like people just couldn't kill him. Like, I'm watching him get like 3 feeds and I'm like, dude, someone just shoot this man. Surely he has to miss sooner or later, and he just didn't. So of course we start off with our agency suppressor here. Basically what we get with this is of course vertical recoil control and the silence that we get from a regular suppressor. This is a cool option here. Basically we can just move around the map and hit our shots very easily. Then of course something a little bit more interesting. Normally we don't run with the task force barrel, but that effective damage range, that bullet velocity, and of course the 17% increase to our damage means we are getting lots of one-shot kills here. Basically, you just pull the trigger both times and it just hits people and people die. Then, of course, in the body slot, you already know we're after a hipfire laser, so 35% increase to a hipfire accuracy on the 5mW laser. Then, of course, that magazine, that salvo 12-round fast mag, of course, being able to fire as many bullets as possible with this and have extra bullets to fire as well, and a super fast reload speed is a really great option here. And lastly, you want to get that stock, which is, of course, the dual wield perk. Basically, this is the last unlock for the pistols on all of them. Max level 35. So if you haven't got the dual wield yet or the stock slot or anything like that, make sure you are leveling up this weapon because dual wield on this particular option is super powerful and a lot of fun to run around with. So as we normally do with most of our class setups here, we're just going to jump into some gameplay and have an excellent time because these pistols are absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe how good this dude was doing. Like, I've used these pistols before and they're fine. Like, when you're actually hitting your shots, I've been just very pleased with them, but sometimes I just miss, and then that feels terrible because of the slowish fire rate. But this dude was absolutely dominating people, so we just stole his class setup, and it's a lot of fun to use. Look at my cherry blossom magnums here. Like, how could you be like, nah, this is terrible? But I mean, we're about to see how this goes. I really don't know how this is going to go. If we have to come this way, we're probably going to die. Like, if anybody is like at that distance, it's going to struggle, but if we hit a shot, if we hit the shots, it's over, man. This thing is... Well, I'm pretty sure to sell you on this particular weapons, all I would have to do is show you that clip over and over again until the end of time, because that was... Yeah, that was something else. That was... I don't want this. Shh, I don't want that trash. Give me... See, any further than what we just showed, and you're going to struggle a little bit, but get close enough and you'll absolutely destroy people, which is hilarious, my dudes. No, come on. Go back to the bit where we were killing everybody in 2 shots. Can we stop spawning here as well? This is kind of frustrating. No, no. No, the timing was real. We do, of course, have to play relatively close quarters, of course, so we have to play in certain ways to actually get this to work, but we only run around with these as our main weapon to sort of show off just how powerful they are. If you use them as a sidearm like you're probably supposed to, I mean, you just shred people with them. It's pretty... Oh, boy. No. The stim shot might not be the best option for something like this, but the extra health when you do, or after you do get into a fight, is still pretty good regardless. But I mean, just for crossing these sort of larger gaps, a smoke grenade would probably be very, very useful. And it's not really a damage range thing that's the problem, it's more of an accuracy thing at those sort of further away distances. And that's sort of the limiting factor of this. If it was actually super, super accurate, like pinpoint accurate, like sometimes it has been previously, yeah, then we probably have a little bit of a bigger problem on our hands. But I feel like this is balanced, actually. Like, I feel like this isn't just like mega ultra, and then you do that to someone and you're like, I don't know. It's definitely a hit or miss weapon, but it is a lot of fun to use, man. Like, it is so much fun to just run around people and just go da 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 da. I mean, hey, we tagged him. Come on, come on, come on. Let me show off Gung Ho as well. If you are probably using these as your only weapons, you probably want to drop off Ghost and take Gung Ho as well, but because then you can just like sprint around. It cancels the switch to fire speed. Like, it's just Gung Ho is probably the better option if you are running around with this as your only weapon, and then otherwise like just a regular setup of like Ghost and Ninja. Hello. Would be fine for your normal class setup because you do want to maintain like having a decent primary and stuff like that. You can pull these out kind of slowly and get away with it. But as I said, I'll also probably try and include that in the actual first part of the video. The intro, the perks and stuff like that. You probably do want to include a bit of gung-ho action. Yeah, nice timing, nice timing. I think he pushed all the way around. Yeah, he did. But you really do shred people with these things. It is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, if you get lucky, if you get absolutely insanely lucky with this, you can probably just like team wipe someone without even... Yeah, yeet. See, look, if we get lucky there, we just kill him outright, so... And then he gets killed anyway, which is good. But, like, you can just one-shot people from, like, ridiculously far away if you get, as I said, super lucky, but most of the time you do still want to be playing at those close quarters engagements, and as I said, this is going to work fine as a perfect sidearm option. Like, you just... If you are in a sticky spot, you pull these out at close quarters, and you just go... that, and people die. People die. It's pretty... Nope, don't want to fight there. So it's just good. Like, it's just fun to use. Like, that dude had more than enough opportunity to actually kill me there. He probably should have done so, but he missed, and I took advantage of it, so... And then I think... Oh man, maybe this is balanced because it's kind of random whether you get a kill or not, and then you do stuff like that, and you're like, nah, this is pretty broken. Come up on him. See, if we get lucky there, we get all those kills, and we just go about our day thinking we're the best player in the world, so I really don't know. It's actually a very, very interesting balancing conundrum that they do have. Oh my god, I got stuck on the wall there. But this game is, of course, wrapping up very, very soon, and I'm gonna try and get another little gross kill for you. Like, we're gonna try and do the thing that this thing does. No. So if we get lucky and actually hit that shot, we'll be talking about how this is the most broken shit in the world. But because we missed, and sometimes it's a bit tough to hit shots, well, we're talking about it as, oh, it's a fun option in this game. We're gonna lose here actually because of the war machine. Oh no, we won. So as we said, we're going to have our final thoughts on this in just a second here. Anyway, guys, so as we did see in the gameplay there, if you are hitting your shots with this option, basically you absolutely dominate people. It's really, really fun option to use these pistols in the game. Of course, the Dual Wield Magnums are hilariously good. I miss Snake Shot though. I wish there was Snake Shot in this game to ruin it even further, man. Like, that'd just be a dumb option that I'm pretty sure they're probably going to add it somewhere down the line. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this one. I do appreciate it. Of course, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you have not already done so. It does very much help me out, and I massively appreciate it. Of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye!